Ready.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the first affirmative speaker. My name is Luis Rubalcaba, and my partner Henry and I are for the abolishment of fracking for fossil fuels in the United States. I'll begin with defining the term fracking. Fracking is short for hydraulic fracturing. Hydraulic fracturing is a well-stimulated technique in which rock is fractured by a hydraulically pressurized liquid. The liquid used in hydraulic fracking is usually a mixture of water, sand, and chemicals. This high-pressure liquid is then injected into the ground via a large well bore, and to create cracks into the deep rock formations through which natural gas, petroleum, and brine will flow more freely. Hydraulic fracturing is usually applied to wells for shale gas, oil, and coal seam gas. Fracking is currently practiced under regulation in the United States. The advantages of fracking include the creation of jobs, economic stimulus, and the prospect of the U.S. being more energy independent. These advantages come at a price though. The use of fracking has produced some well-known effects on the environment and has led to direct negative effects on human health. I will address some of the environmental and human health impacts that are caused by fracking. According to political science professor at Colorado State University, Charles Davis, he has found that the activities associated with preparing sites for drilling operations are also associated with another unwanted byproduct, that is air pollution. One of the most productive gas fields in the United States, located near Pinedale, Wyoming, has not only yielded considerable amounts of economic wealth to the area, but amounts of ozone pollution that in March 2011, they were measured at 124 parts per billion. That's 2/3 higher than the EPA's daily maximum limit and higher than the worst state reported by Los Angeles. These pollutants can potentially lead to respiratory impacts on humans and overall declining air quality in the area. Another environmental impact related to fracking is water contamination. Charles Davis found another study in which he found that the failure to adequately seal pipes had led to buildup of pressure that results in the release of gas and drilling fluids into the natural environment. In one case that has subsequently publicized in a pair of documentaries, 2 U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA, officials in Denver investigated citizen complaints from a community in Fremont County, Wyoming, and concluded that a quarter of the water wells located near a fracking operation were contaminated. Chemicals in fracking fluid can come back to the surface. This process is known as blowback. The chemicals contained in fracking fluid have tracings of known carcinogens such as benzene, ethylbenzene, toluene, mixed xylenes, N-hexane, carbonyl sulfide, ethylene glycol, and 2,2,4-trithopentane. These harmful chemicals, if ingested into the human body via contaminated water, can cause adverse effects on the human body that include cancer. Other environmental impacts include increased seismic activity due to fracking. A member of the Earthquake Research Group at U.S. Geological Survey, William Ellsworth, found the extraction of natural gas from the shallow deposit in the Netherlands also causes earthquakes. A recent magnitude 3.4 event near Loppersum damaged scores of homes in the area, resulting in large losses for the property owners. Increased seismic events have also been recorded in areas where previously undiscovered fault lines are located and areas where seismic activity is relatively low. The reason that has led to these environmental impacts and health concerns is the weak state of the regulation of fracking. Current regulations governing fracking have not been followed and have led to increased environmental pollution that has been previously projected. There are numerous cases involving weak law enforcement that kept practice of fracking on the road to environmental carelessness. For example, the TRCC is the governing agency tasked with overlooking safety issues concerning fracking in the state of Texas. And between 1997 and 2006, 14 blowouts occurred at wells located in Wise County, while an additional 4 were reported in Denton County. Reports of contaminated water wells in Fort Worth and close proximity operations were investigated and found without merit by the TRCC. However, inspectors from the EPA came out to a different conclusion. Their tests indicated that water samples contained contaminants that could be traced to nearby drilling operators, and the TRCC findings were subsequently overruled. We believe that by banning fracking, all environmental and health issues will be abolished along with it. The environmental and health impacts far outweigh the benefits of fracking. By creating an agency to enforce the abolishment of fracking, the issues will be solved. It can begin with a bill establishing the need for an agency to have federal authority to levy heavy monetary penalties on the companies that practice fracking illegally. Once passed, penalized companies will then suffer governmental scrutiny by being unable to qualify for governmental incentive programs. Only by these means can the nation rid itself of fracking practices and lead into a better environment. Thank you.